Thought for Food here, and today I'm bringing you my own homemade cold brew. So I made this by taking McCafé coffee. I know with cold brew you're supposed to use nicer, higher quality coffee, but I went ahead and made it with this, and I'll tell you why in a second. But this is the limited edition pumpkin spice flavor. On the back it says pumpkin spice, artificial flavor, aromatic and tempting. Ooh, so we'll see just how tempting and aromatic it is. But I use this rather than a higher quality coffee because it has the pumpkin spice flavor in that. And with a cold brew, a lot of the times, no matter what coffee you use, it'll end up tasting better than if it was just, if you made it normally with hot water. So I've done that before with some Dunkin' Donuts coffee, the cinnamon, I think it was Cinnabon coffee. Made some cold brew, and it actually turned out really well. So I made this by following the measurement instructions on the side. It says measure 1 slightly heaping tablespoon of ground coffee for each 6 fluid ounce cup of cold filtered water. So basically I took a 2 liter and filled it up with 64 ounces divided by 6. You do the math, somewhere around 11 tablespoons of ground coffee. Put that in there. Filled this up with tap water that was room temperature, and then I put the lid back on, just slightly on, so that air could pass through it. You don't want it to be sealed. And I actually let it sit for about 96 hours, so 4 whole days. A couple times a day, I would put the cap on tighter, and I would flip it back and forth to make sure the coffee grinds were mixed in throughout the whole thing, because a lot of times they'll settle down at the bottom. And you want to be sure that you do that at the beginning when you put the water in. Then took the cap off and I ran it through my pour over system. You can use a normal coffee filter, you can use a Chemex, anything like that, but the important point is just to filter the coffee grounds out. You could even use a French press. So that's what I did, and then I put it in the refrigerator for a couple hours so it's nice and cold now. So we'll go ahead and give it a shot. This is my favorite glass. It says "Living the Dream" on it. Try to do that every day. Let's give it a shot. Smells fantastic. A lot of pumpkin spice flavor coming through. It tastes fantastic too. Definitely getting a medium, slightly roasty coffee flavor, but with strong notes of the pumpkin, of the spice, of cinnamon, some nutmeg in there. It's really, really good. It's very smooth. It's not acidic at all. When I made this coffee, just normally with hot water, it was very acidic, very sour, and it kind of ruined it for me. But again, it is a cheaper coffee. But when you take cheaper coffee and make it into a cold brew, very smooth, very good. So I really like this. I'll definitely make it again. It's great around this time of the season. So there you have it, my own pumpkin spice McCafé cold brew.